Hello everybody, welcome to Tousi TV, your global news channel. I'm Tousi and this is the latest coverage coming from the United Kingdom. Earlier today we had the Manchester Synagogue Vigil, and the government ministers, including the Deputy Prime Minister and Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham, they all attended, they all got heckled, things got completely heated. The British public have chosen not to stay patient anymore. They are looking back in anger. We're going to give you guys a live coverage, and in this live stream we're going to expose some facts and truth about the attacker. Shocking truth about Jihad al-Shami. So we're going to go through this together. We're going to get your reaction in the live chat. Before we start, a big announcement. Special thanks to our team and our new marketing manager, Sarah Raviani. We now have, finally, an official Tousi TV account on X. You can follow it by going on at Tousi TV official. And in order to celebrate, and I know a lot of you have been asking for this for a long time, we are now going to give you guys the best discount code for Tousi TV Plus. Limited offer, 50% off annual memberships of Tousi TV Plus if you use the promo code X50, X50. The link is also in the description. You can go check it out. Go on tousi.tv. Now let's start the update. Absolute anger at the vigil as government ministers were heckled and booed. We're going to show you some videos from this chaotic situation. David Lammy was completely shameless. We also had Shabana Mahmood, who is currently our Home Secretary for some reason. This is the situation we had earlier on. Let's go.
With us today. So therefore, I have great pleasure in introducing our Deputy Prime Minister, David Lammy. And before I do, please, we know how we all feel.
Go to Palestine, he said. Go to Palestine.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Go to Palestine! Leave us alone!
They're not having it a bit. Enough is enough.
You have allowed this to happen! You have blood on your hands! You are all guilty! And all you have allowed Jewish in Manchester on the street! You have allowed it! You are all guilty! You do not want this speaking here today! You do not speak! You do not want this speaking! Shame on you!
They're all complicit.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Enough! Empty words. We want
Okay, all right, we've heard enough. We know how you feel. I know how I feel. Let's give the time for our Deputy Prime Minister to address us.
No.
David Lammy.
Anyway, so he started ranting nonsense as usual. Tensions escalated. People didn't stop again because he started talking, and they've been here before. Politicians stand up saying, don't look back in anger, stay vigilant, blah, blah, blah. This was the response.
We cannot,
We've had enough!
let them divide us.
Every
We
Saturday!
must show them who we really are, not what they
We
want
are
us to become or to believe.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Okay, all right.
As that woman said, every Saturday. And in fact, yesterday, hours after the terrorist attack at the Manchester Synagogue, of course, we had the pro-Palestinian side outside protesting, but not just protesting, across the country. They started rioting in Edinburgh, in Glasgow, in London. Things got a little bit bad. But tomorrow, Saturday, they are once again going to come out, including the terrorist supporters of Palestine Action, which is a banned organization in this country. But again, this is exactly why people on the ground at this vigil, they wanted to be heard even if the government ministers didn't want to listen. This is another clip from someone else in the crowd filming this. Then we're going to give you guys some new facts about the attacker, which is very important. Blood on your hands. It's very awkward for those guys over there.
Okay, all right, we've heard enough.
We've
heard enough. Address us.
So yeah, now we have to talk about the truth. Now we have to talk about the attacker. And we have to talk about the establishment and the way the mainstream media have been trying to control the narrative. They have failed this time because all the facts are coming out, left, right and center. Firstly, as the attack happened, and the photo came out of the attacker, but the BBC News were floating far-right whispers first. It's a classic deflection tactic. In case you missed that, let's once again expose the BBC. This is what they said.
Just briefly, you mentioned the far right. Obviously, there's just been an increased temperature in political language, hasn't there?
To a degree, people on the hard right, the far right, are a bit divided on their attitude to the Jewish community these days in the UK. But certainly the Jewish community has felt that they were at risk from multiple directions, some from the sort of extremist Islamist direction, but also some from the kind of neo-Nazi on the far right. So
interesting. And then of course the name came out. Oh, what was it again? Holy War, Syrian Holy War, or Jihad al-Shami. Even the newspapers, including The Sun, this is where it gets really weird. They also soft-pedaled the term lone wolf. Apparently he was a lone wolf killer. No, he wasn't. That was an excuse for blood. He was not lone wolf. He was part of Islam's army that's been going on since the 7th century. But the newspapers don't get this. The left-wing pundit, Narendra Kaur, posted, British-born, homegrown terrorists. Like a weed we imported and watered with welfare. But it's important to tell the truth. He wasn't British-born. He was born in Syria. He moved to the UK in the 1990s with his family years before the civil war in Syria, so they were not running away from a war zone. Thanks to Tony Blair's lax asylum system, he got a free ride to Manchester, got his citizenship in 2006 at the age of 16 with no real vetting, despite his parents naming him Jihad. His parents were not investigated. If you think that's it, it gets worse. The new revelations about Jihad al-Shami and his family. We just discovered, and as reported on Tousi TV, our website, Jihad al-Shami, who carried out the attack yesterday, was on police bail. Why? Because he's got a bit of a problem with women. Allegedly, a lot of sexual assault, everything else, earlier this year, he was on bail. So technically, they should have been watching him. But he wasn't on a watch list. His father, his family have now tried to distance themselves from him. His father, on October 7, 2023, massively celebrated the invasion of Israel, yet he wasn't investigated by the authorities at the time. He said the scenes broadcasted by the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade of a group of fighters storming the camp of the occupation army with simple means balloons and motorcycles prove beyond doubt that Israel is not left. Men like these prove that they are the men of God on earth, and regardless of who leads them, they are the real compass of men who are confident of their victory, even if you say their trick. Of course, it's a translation from Arabic, right? Now, okay, a lot of these people celebrated October 7th, just like 9/11. But days before, a few days before the attack at the synagogue, his father posted this: "Bad news for Israel in the next few days. Unfortunately, no one can prevent what is written." Did he know something? Is he being investigated? Doesn't stop here. We've now discovered that back in 2012, Jihad al-Shami flooded the Tory MP John Howell's Facebook with death threats. Why? Because the Tory MP was pro-Israel. Jihad said, "It's people like you who deserve to die." What was the response from the establishment? No charges, no watch list, Home Office incompetence 101. There were a lot of red flags, not just with Jihad himself, his name, Jihad, but also his family. Nothing happened. There are deeper problems in the West. Problem number one. As we said, he wasn't even on MI5's radar or GCHQ. Slipped every crack, through every crack. We have over 40,000 Islamists who are on the watch list. And he wasn't even on the watch list. And those guys still commit crime every now and then. 90% of total threats come from the Islamic side in the UK. The police are too busy chasing grannies who are posting mean tweets and social media posts. Problem number two, as we said, his name is Jihad. Well, that's not a welcome mat, it's a warning label. If anybody named their child Jihad, they must be investigated. Well, at best, don't let them into the country. It's not a normal name. 97% of terror deaths since the year 2000, 97% have been Islamic. 90% of those on a watch list, MI5 watch list, are Muslim. 75% of active threats right now in the UK from the Muslims. 84% of grooming gang cases, of course, Pakistani Muslims. 18% of prisoners in the United Kingdom, despite the fact that only 6% in the UK are Muslim. 18% of prisoner populations are Muslim. 6,000 FGMs happen every year in the country. 1.5 times more birth defects we are getting from cousin marriages from the Islamic families. That is now being advocated, defended and promoted by the National Health Service, the NHS, and the UK government. They are now promoting cousin marriages, even though it's against basic health and logic, because apparently it's good for family bonding and finances. The British government is promoting that. 48.6% of that population are unemployed, and 27% are hogging social housing. 27% of social housing. But diversity is our strength, apparently. Cultural enrichment. His father is apparently a doctor. So they were right. For years and years, the liberal side kept saying, these migrants, they are our doctors and scientists. True, actually true. Doctor. Genocidal doctor, but still a doctor, technically. There's a lot that's going to come out. And of course, Tousi TV will be the forefront to make sure that you guys get the information before the legacy media tries to spin the narrative. I'm going to get some reaction in the live chat, because I really want to know what you guys are thinking about, what your thoughts are on everything that I've given you so far. There's more to it. But I do also want to give a shout out to my good friend, Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is now going to Israel in a week. He's been hosted by the Israeli government. And he also, a few minutes ago, gave a shout out to our new Tousi TV official account on X, which is at Tousi TV official. Let's go to Tommy.
Make sure you follow this channel. One of the finest to come out of the UK. Good friend of mine, Tousi TV. I'd say he's the best, actually. Whether you call it newcomer, for me, just like Tousi TV is one of the best, one of the finest. Make sure you give him a follow. Show some support and love.
Did you just call me a newcomer? Yeah, a good friend of mine, Tommy. But yes, definitely, as I said, follow us. Make sure to send support, of course, and you can stay up to date. Go on X, it's at Tousi TV official. It's got the yellow check mark, obviously, it's an official organization. And in order to celebrate this with you guys, we are giving you guys a limited offer, 50% off. This is it, we're going to go bankrupt for you. 50% off annual memberships, not monthly, annual memberships of Tousi TV Plus by using the promo code X50. I know, very original. X50 is also on the screen down there. The link is, the direct link is in the description, or you can just go on tousi.tv. But we're going to go back to, I'm going to show you some of the tensions again from earlier today at the Vigil. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow, I'm going to explain what's going to happen tomorrow, by the way. But let's watch this first. Brilliant. So obviously this is going to happen. Now, somebody said in the live chat just now, Lucas Knight, what perks do we get for membership of Tousi TV, well, Tousi TV Plus? Well, that's the full channel. It's a complete channel. This is just obviously the breaking news that you get. It's already on the website if you check it out, but you get access to our podcasts, which I think a couple of days from now we're going to have the new episode. The podcast, the documentaries that we have, and more documentaries are coming in the next couple of weeks. We have an Israeli documentary about October the 7th that we have exclusive footage. We have a documentary about the anti-family agenda in the West. We also get access to our chat forum. If you want to talk to me directly and like-minded people, you get access to the original series and many other things that we have. Of course, don't forget to download the Tousi TV app, because if you want to get access to everything, including the live shows, all in one place, a one-stop shop, then you can do that. But yes, so for now, if you join by using the promo code X50, this is the launch of our official Tousi TV account, Tousi TV on X. Now, let's go back, see what you guys are saying here. I feel this one really showed what we think, and I think this is nothing. This is just scratching the surface in regards to the anger coming from the British public. If these guys don't really do anything, and I don't think the government is going to do anything, it's just going to get worse and worse. Kendra says the terrorist Dr. Father celebrated Hamas October 7th. He posted for them to aim their guns. He's now backtracking. Is he an NHS doctor? Yeah, he is an NHS doctor. Amy Rose says, we said never again. I mean it. Stick up for the Jews. And just for your own basic life as well, because it will help if you and your family stay safe rather than get killed randomly in the name of a holy war. Your free speech is controlled by your super Chinese embassy. I think look into that. If you're talking about the secret Chinese police stations, we have already exposed this on Tousi TV about 2 years ago. Of course, so that's they've been doing a lot of things in the West. I am 99% certain that the blonde Labour MP next to Lammy was Alex Davies-Jones, my local MP. Was someone standing next to Lammy? Apart from... there was a very non-blonde standing next to him. That was Shabana Mahmood. But I can't see... blonde. Oh, that one. Is that Alex Davies-Jones? Might be. No, it's not. No. The woman standing next to him is slightly older. And slightly, just about thinner. Just a little bit. Nomad says Narendra Kaur is not entirely wrong. UAE minister predicted long ago of homegrown in Europe. She's wrong. This is irrelevant. UK will look like Pakistan and Syria soon, but not UAE. Yeah, we know that already. That's just a fact. We know there's homegrown. Al-Qaeda and ISIS also said decades ago at this point that we're going to send our soldiers by pretending to be illegal migrants and refugees, and they're going to have kids. We know that already. In this case, Nomad, Narendra Kaur was wrong because this one was not homegrown. He was a Syrian refugee, fake refugee, whose name was Syrian Jihad. A bit of a kind of obvious name, but yeah, definitely not homegrown in this case. And the NHS have FGM clinics. Yeah, so the NHS, as I said, the biggest problem is that they are now promoting cousin marriages and incest. When did that become even a thing? I know it starts happening slowly, but normalizing this is getting a little bit odd, even for the British government. We could say a lot about the British government, but this is just on a whole different level. Ariane says, thank you for the truth in news always and prayers last night. Stay safe, everyone. Sad, sick world. So, this is it. That reminds me. Tomorrow is going to be an important day in London. The shameless group of Palestine Action and those who are getting funded by organizations like Open Society and George and Alex Soros, they are going to be coming out with their flags, identical placards, signs. They're going to take over Westminster. And guess what? Of course, Tousi TV will be there. This time, I will personally be going out there instead of sending our Tousi TV reporters on the ground. I have to be there. I have to show you the truth on the ground. I have to expose these guys as we will witness them getting arrested by the police, because they should get arrested by the police. The anti-Jewish mob and anti-Christian mob who are going to be taking control of our Westminster tomorrow, we will make them famous. Absolutely. One by one, they will be on our cameras. Even though the majority will try to cover their faces, good luck with that, because we have our way. So yes, I will be out in London reporting live on the ground, like the good old days. And we are going to have counter-protesters. Of course, the British patriots are going to come out, the Jewish community are going to come out, and the Iranian, the pro-British Iranians are going to be coming out to join this counter-protest. My good friend, myself, of course, and my good friend Emily Schrader, of course, Mr. Banana Man, Nyak Gorbani, and my wife and the COO of Tousi TV, Danielle Tousi, will also be joining us. It's going to be a bumpy road tomorrow, but I will be wearing, hopefully, if I don't forget, I will be wearing my stab vest, just in case, it happens every now and then. Some of the attacks on me. Death threats continue, but it continues to motivate me to continue my work. Kia, some sort of funny nickname instead of Starmer. What does that say? Sharia. Okay, got it. First I was like, what is that going to say? It's Sharia armor. Sharia armor. It's not an easy one. You could just call him Kia Sharia. That's easy. Also, it kind of rhymes. Kia Sharia knew that crowd would... Actually, yeah, that's why he didn't go. Yeah, he thought Lammy would do better. Yeah, actually, that's a very good point. Considering Starmer clearly knew if he goes out, he's going to get booed. Why would you send David Lammy instead? Send someone slightly more likable on behalf of the government. But that is also a very good point, because even, I have to put my hands up, even I didn't think about that. For the past 24 minutes, we've been giving you guys a live update on everything that happened today and all the new facts about the attacker, right? And I criticized David Lammy and Shabana Mahmood. Even I didn't mention the fact that, let's not forget, the Prime Minister himself was a coward. He didn't go. He sent his deputy. That is also a whole different scandal. Because if you're not going to send anybody, then just don't send anybody if you're not going to go. Or just man up and go. And get heckled. You're a politician. That's literally your job, to get heckled. That's part of the job. Andy Burnham went because Andy Burnham, who's the mayor of Greater Manchester, has a plan. He's going out every day now, wearing a black suit, black tie, trying to look like a statesman because he wants to take over as the leader of the Labour Party and Prime Minister. Because they are going to push Starmer out in a few months, in a year. David Lammy is trying his best. David Lammy, Andy Burnham. Imagine if David Lammy as Prime Minister. Andy Burnham is going to try his best to get back into Parliament and do a leadership challenge. He's made it quite obvious now. It's no longer about speculations. All right. David F. Tousi here didn't have the balls to go over to Manchester, so he sent up Liability Lammy instead. Yes, see, even David got it. Even poor David. Even David got it. I didn't think, the thing is I have to lash out at someone because I forgot about the fact that Starmer was hiding in London. When does murder become leaders' treason? Or if you go with the rule of law, if they are complicit, not if they are complacent. Directly connected, not just because they're terrible leaders or traitors. If you're going to go with layman terms and how normal people see the world, then yeah, you can prosecute your leaders for doing what they did to you in your countries. Someone sent the email of our channel to Claire. Claire, apparently there's a Claire saying something about email. What's going on? Which one's Claire? See, the problem is the non-super chats, if I scroll up and down, there are millions of comments right now. Can somebody tell me what Claire wanted that required you guys giving her the email? Obviously, the email address is on the website, team@Tousi. I can't find Claire's comment. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, if someone wants to let me know, that would be easy. I can't scroll up. All right. We got Kendra saying, don't forget Muslim women, 3,000 honor crimes per year. There's a lot of other stats that I can go through. I think the ones I gave you was just the obvious ones that could have helped. Actually, I can see that our chat forum, the Discord mods are there. If you're watching, or others, let me know what Claire wanted. I'm just very curious for no reason. I can help you out. Brian says, my granddad fought a war and his brother gave his life to keep this country British. Have our politicians forgotten? Yeah, they don't care. I mean, it's not just about politicians. It's a huge chunk of society in the West who've been living in the West itself, relatively peace and stability. There hasn't been any war between Canada or the US or France and England. We've kind of moved the wars and conflicts to other parts of the world, right? North Africa, Middle East and everywhere else. And that kind of has basically spoiled a big chunk of society, which we call left-wing liberals. And a lot of them are now politicians. So it's not really just about the politicians, it's also about the people who support them. They have this weird mentality of being spoiled and taking things for granted and creating invisible fake enemies in their head, like some sort of, apparently, a far-right group in the UK that is taking over the country. I'm not really sure who they're talking about. Because, yeah, we have ethno-nationalists. Intellectually speaking, you could say that that's far right in terms of ultra-nationalism. But even ethno-nationalists are not going around organizing groups to kill people, for example. Ethno-nationalists have their own point of view. And they will also clash with the culturalists, as I call them. People like Tommy Robinson, the other side call them civic nationalists, but they're culturalists, people who go with the more Christian version of, or biblical version of culture. Not all cultures are equal. Doesn't matter about your skin color in that sense. Obviously, there's a correlation. If you have a mass migration from different countries, technically the way you look goes hand in hand with the way you're going to behave. But over time, everybody's been mixed. Obviously, in England, we've had a weird mix of races from the Vikings and the Germanic side and everybody else. So that explains why some people are blonde, some people are brunette. But that's over time. That's organic. The culture remained the same. The Christian culture, for example, in Angloland. But you're going to go around changing the face of the country and the attitude of the country. Of course, things are going to kick off. What did you expect? Melting pot? You're going to go around creating multiple cultures. Firstly, in some areas, one culture will still be dominant. In this case, when you look at Birmingham, when you look at Glasgow, when you look at parts of Leeds or even Manchester, Islam is now dominating. It's not multiculturalism when you have one culture dominating over all the other cultures. The English have become the minority, but at the same time, The Poles and all the others are also minority in those areas because Islam, they don't believe in condoms. They just have babies like it's a Tuesday. Not really sure how they do it. Multiple babies come out every 5 months from the same person, like cats. So what do you expect? They're not taking over the world in that sense by converting people. No normal person is converting to Islam. Some people have daddy issues, mum issues, convert. A lot of them change their mind later on. It's a baby factory. It's because of the baby factory that you just have a lot of babies coming out every week from the same house. Even Genghis Khan will be a little bit envious. Even Genghis Khan. Oh, God. Anyway, now the most important thing is, as we find out more information about what actually happened, and especially more information about the so-called father of Jihad, Jihad Senior, or JS, what you should do is to stay up to date with everything. How can you do this? Of course, as I said, you have to follow us on the new official account of Tousi TV, which is now active on X, Tousi TV Official. We've just launched it today. I do require you to follow it. You have no other option because you have to. I'll hunt you down. Obviously, to stay up to date with everything and to celebrate, despite everything that's been going on. We have a new limited offer for you guys. 50% off Tousi TV Plus annual memberships if you use the promo code X50. It's also down here on the description, on the screen somewhere. Find the link in the description or just go on tousi.tv, get all the information about what you get, and download the Tousi TV app. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tousi. Oh, before I forget, we're going to take this to the chat forum now. Tousi TV Plus members, if you're already a member or if you're just joining now, in the next 5 minutes, 3 minutes, I'm going to go to the debrief, which is on our private Discord server. If you join the website, you get access. It's called Post Live Chat on the left-hand side underneath voice channels, or if you're using a mobile device, Post Live Chat looks like this. So go on that side, and I will see you guys in a few minutes if you're a member, and we'll continue the chat exclusively with you guys if you want to talk to me directly. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.